Of course, I'm working class. There's no doubt about it. I'm proud to think of where I came from. I didn't like it when I lived there. I wouldn't want to go back there because I've now encouraged my mind to think in many other directions. I've had an extraordinary life. I've travelled to every far corners of this world, every corner of this world you can think of. You know, I've been amongst amazing tribes in the Mato Grosso in Brazil long before they started wearing T-shirts and baseball caps. I've been with the people in the other half of New Guinea. It's called Irian Jaya, which are the most primitive people on this earth. I've been to the most extraordinary places that have taught me and broadened my mind, as they say travel does. I never used to be a reader as a boy because I had dyslexia very badly. I still have it today, but there was never a book in where we lived. You know, we lived in a basement below the ground level in North London. It was damp, and my father had chronic asthma and died at the age of 40. So I grew up with a huge chip on my shoulder about my background. My beginnings were quite tough, and I think at the end of the day they helped me to understand the world I was eventually stepping into. A world of war, sometimes famines. We're discussing about using this for the cover for the catalogue, which I think is. See, there's no cars in the streets. That boy with the ice lolly will be about 60 years old. Wait, hang on. I took that nearly 60 years ago, that picture. So that boy has got to be 70, probably now. There's absolutely no misunderstanding in my makeup about, when I see poverty, I know the smell of it. When I go in those rooms, which I did in Liverpool and Bradford and places like in the north of England, I knew there was total injustice. It wasn't just me growing up in North London with my ignorant, bigoted friends, I did find the people in the north of England much more hospitable. I think they were treated quite badly, really. They were very, very poor, if not poorer than when I came from, and that would be hard to believe, But I found when I went to the north of England, that they were quite willing to kind of treat you in a totally different way, in a warm way. They would say, "Would you like a cup of tea?" Where you're staying. They cared about your welfare. The people in the south wouldn't do that to the people in the north. There was almost a racist attitude about the people in the south. Once they heard that northern accent, they thought you were, boring, stupid, and they had no time for you. And I'm telling you now, there was a great divide. I suspect it's been ironed out slightly, but I still suspect it's there.